Girl, I must
warn you.
I seen something strange in my mind.
Yeah.
The situation is
serious.
Let's get it, 'cause we're running out of time.
Girl,
it's all so
beautiful.
Relationships, they seem from the start.
Yeah.
It's all so
deadly
when love is not together from the heart.
Break it down, dude.
It's driving me out of my mind.
That's why it's hard for me to find.
Can't get it out of my head.
I miss her.
Kiss her.
Love, wrong move, you're dead.
That bitch is poison.
That's it. Welcome to DWI, episode 8. Fellas, we've been around for 4 and 4. Mm-hmm. That means 4 episodes on this side, 4 episodes on this side.
Right, all day.
I appreciate the love that you guys are showing us, the communication, the sharing. We've touched over 400 screens, so that means you out there. We've gotten in front of their screens. Welcome to DWI. We are your host. That's Duve. That's Wax. I'm Ellie. Fellas, I want to get directly into it.
Right, I want to correct you real quick. 4,000 screens.
Well, I said almost 5,000.
You said 400, but 4,000.
Did I say 400?
Yeah. It's all good, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We're 4,000.
It's over 4,000.
Right.
So if I said 400, I meant over 400. It's 4,558. Somewhere
so we coming up there. We got about 230 people following the Facebook page. So shout out to y'all.
We appreciate that.
Share that out to some more people so we can keep this thing growing.
And we're not going to leave you guys out. I promise. We see who's loving. We see who's liking. We see who's participating. We're not going to leave you out. We're going to mention y'all somehow, some way, without getting you guys in all kind of technicalities, if you will.
Right.
You know how technical this shit can be.
Very technical. I feel you.
Without further ado, fellas, when y'all opened up with that poison shit, that reminded me of the 2.5 dances. Mm-hmm. Do y'all remember that shit?
I do.
For those of y'all at home, you had to have a 2.5 or better grade point average to attend these dances. Now, I never attended any of those dances.
Right.
I had to wait till the holiday jams.
Where everybody got to go.
Everybody. Yeah. We had those orange cookies around Halloween time. You remember them ones, the orange cookies, they were sugar cookies, but they were orange. And where the roster, as far as amenities went, you had your chips, plain potato chips.
Right.
If they wanted to get frisky, they'd put the barbecue ones out. Pretzels, and then you'd have the cheese curls.
Which later
became and then you had the big ass fucking screen TV in the back. For the 2.5 dance.
With the videos.
Yes.
The videos playing.
Yeah.
Now, if I could set up the whole situation for you guys at home, Joe Willis, shout out, man. You know, being all the way in Missouri and sharing this, man. Yes, we got love out there for everybody who's sharing, everybody that wants to be a part of this. This is a hood thing. We want to bring it to you straight from Beaver Falls, PA. We got a lot of connections. You know, your connections goes deep down south, so does yours. Mine's does as well, but it extends up to the western PA. You know, shout out to Newcastle, shout out to Slippery Rock, shout out to Elwood City, shout out to Pittsburgh, shout out to everybody who's more or less playing a role in this situation.
New Brighton, Aliquippa.
The ones close to home, of course.
We already know.
You know, Rochester, don't forget Rochester.
Right.
You can't forget Rochester.
Right. Black Hawk, even y'all down.
Definitely. You know, we go Brighton Township, that's an exit over. Mm-hmm. That's before you get to Beaver.
Right.
That's where all the money's at. Shout out to Brighton Township for having the money and being quiet about it. Like, Phil, I don't appreciate you talking about my income on the, what do they call that? The whatchamajig, the internet. You know, but, you know, shout out to y'all for definitely staying papered up and staying close to your roots, as my pop would say. Roots for y'all that don't know what that means. But those 2.5 dances, fellas, no bueno, no brainer. That used to make the whole shit go round, Wax.
Yeah.
You know, you get a 2.5 and then, like, that be your currency into the dance. You know, you bring your report card down there and, like, yeah, I got a 2.63. Can y'all let me in the door? By all means, come through, Mr. Clark. You know, and I'm happy because I get to go ahead and shake my tail feather down there with a couple of the Chosens. Mm-hmm. And we had a couple of Taste-A-Ronies down there. Oh, don't get it twisted. Beaver Falls is definitely a place where there was some Taste-A-Ronies down at the 2.5 dance. Now, speaking of which, what about back in the day when there was a such thing as bullies? And I don't mean different stroke bullies like the invisible bully, like the Gooch.
Right.
I'm talking about that motherfucker that was waiting on you 3 o'clock. Soon as school got out, and if you don't show up, you're yellow.
Yeah, you're yellow.
I didn't have too many bullies. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
nah.
I didn't either. But at the same time, for those of y'all that did, please drop your experience down, right down there, dude. I believe it's right down there, down in the comment section.
Yeah, I didn't have too many bullies just because, like, I was always a quiet kid, but people knew around that I would fight. Like, I'm like, I will. You ain't gonna just be bullying me. And I'm not gonna punch you back. Like, I knew that from a young age. I remember there was a kid. Like, I'll tell you a story. Like, there was a kid. It was like middle school, not middle school. It was like kindergarten or some shit. It was just one of my friends. He was kicking me.
Okay.
And my mom was out in the car waiting on me to come out to the school.
See, I didn't mean to laugh, bro, but I know that she gonna be wild.
She did not. She didn't come up and snatch the kid like, stop kicking my son. She sat there and watched me get kicked over and over. And when I got to the car, she looked back. She was like, "Now why was that little boy kicking you?" I was like, "I don't know. I told him to stop." She snatched me up by my shirt, like pulled me close. Was like, "Don't you ever let me see that shit happen." She didn't cuss though, but she said, "Don't you ever let me see that happen. If I see that happen again, you getting 2 ass whoopings. He's gonna whoop your ass, and I'm gonna whoop your ass."
Now,
from that point on, like I was just like, "Oh, I can punch people."
So you was acting like Jada on that track on that situation on the internet when he was like, "I can curse, I can curse."
Pretty much. That opened the floodgates. I was like, "Oh, I don't." If somebody fuck with me, I could punch him in the face.
Oh man,
it was a rap after that. I never went out and tried to get in trouble, but like I wasn't ever the one to like
take the ass beat.
Right, I ain't gonna take it out. If I get my ass whooped, it's gonna be on the merit that you whoop my ass, not because I just let you whoop my ass.
Now, I don't know if your mom knows this or not, but she definitely created a fucking monster for the rest of us. Because for those of y'all that don't know at home, let's get a pan into him. Go ahead and switch over, cameraman. Switch over to the pan of this young man, because I'm going to tell you about him. We were in kindergarten, and I was the biggest in the class. You know, I stood probably about 5'4", 5'5".
In kindergarten?
Dude, I was a tall cat. You know I was, because you was looking up to me.
You wasn't 5'5".
All right, I was 5'2".
You was probably like 4 foot something. Anyway,
I was 5'2".
Continue.
Okay, so me and this man right here get into it, you know what I mean? Because he's the big bully of the class, then I come in tall as fuck like the new bull. Oh, it happened that way. But I should have knew you wasn't fucking around since you knew since the age of 5 that there wasn't no Santa Claus. I should have known from that moment, because you definitely came in and ruined it for all of us. Oh, yeah, shout out to Miss Tracio for having a dope ass fucking personality.
Shout out Miss Tracio.
To make it, you know, she went to Central too, didn't she?
I never saw her.
She didn't? I thought she bounced. Either way, you know, she was my kindergarten teacher, and it was his as well, and we're all in class, you know, playing with our little blocks and shit in our cars and whatnot. This cat comes up and decides to tell everybody, "Hey, gather around." You know, he gets us all in close like, "Hey, y'all listening? Is this thing on?" There's not a such thing as Santa Claus. Now, I don't know about y'all at home, but at 6 years old, 5, 6 years old, because my birthday is in October, and, you know, I did start school a tiny bit late, but I didn't know how to process that. you knew at an early age.
Listen, because my mom never let us believe in Santa Claus. She was like, he ain't no fat white dude getting the credit for the hard work I put in all year.
That's because she was raised by Dr. Sebi and she taught Dr. Umar how to, associate his blackness.
Right. That's real shit though. Cause
real shit.
Growing up, like we learned about we had to learn about black history. Like we had to learn about all of that. Like I remember just driving down the street, she'd be like, you know a black person invented this. So I always knew we was great.
Right. Your mom was a professor, wasn't she?
Yeah. Well, she was a teacher.
She worked at college too, right?
Yeah. She taught at college.
Okay, nice. So I mean that right there lets you know just who we're dealing with. This is Malcolm X with a twist. It's before and after he became Malcolm X, so he is Malcolm Little at times.
Malcolm Little X.
Yeah, he's Malcolm Little X. You know what I mean? Like, meaning he won't take nobody's shit, but at the same time he is open for discussion if we get into it. Definitely hold us, it held us down back in the day and shit, especially, growing up in South School. I mean, we hold that shit down, South School forever.
Man, it's Central all day, man.
What?
I'm not trying to hear none of that
The
mess.
only reason why you saying that shit is because y'all still got a building.
Central. And we're thriving. What happened to South School?
It turned into like a
bum's nest.
They just wanted them to see. They wanted them to see greatness before they left.
Listen. Is that what y'all call it?
It was. Do you remember them kickball games out back?
Oh, hell yeah.
The obstacle course out back. Now, I went to Central for 3 days.
And you weren't good enough to stay. Like, we ran you out, so you would go to South.
No, I went down there.
School was smack dab right in the middle of everything. We had a basketball court, we had the baseball field, we had volleyball, whatever you needed to do.
Y'all had
right there.
They had 5 dope people in that school.
And those rockets, how many people are responsible for dying from them rockets?
Probably like
had
36.
Down there?
Like 36 people.
Got brain damage from them heavy ass rockets.
Nobody went to South School and jumped on their shit.
Man, we had heavy hitters that went to South School.
That's why.
We had it locked up. We had it
sealed up.
Right. You had a riff
Central was better, man.
There was 5 prominent members that went to Central School. We had the whole hood down South School. So yeah, I went to Central. I started off over there. Realized that there wasn't no real players in the building. So then I moseyed my way on down to South School with some real ones
and got bullied down there. You got bullied.
I get the bully.
The big whack and Glove was not having.
Listen, Glove was definitely running it. Shout out and rest in power, my man John Glover. You know what I mean? We're gonna do this for the alive and the fallen soldiers because he was definitely a big piece down there.
Facts.
Yeah.
But if I want to dig into my history, how my dad says it, my roots. We got a lot of heavy hitters coming from down that way. If I can name a few.
And I could dig it. That'll take too long. That's why I'm not going to sit here and name everybody that was dope from Central School.
Listen.
You know what I mean? Because it would take too long, man.
All right, well, listen, we'll just agree to disagree. Shout out to South and Central.
I heard Central was a sane asylum back then.
It was.
It definitely was. But like they grew us to be crazy successful people. Like South School, they was like, it was a one-way ticket to Loserville. It was like BCJ and shit. Like, so they ran shuttles every 5 hours from South School to BCJ.
They was going back and forth.
Revolving door. Like, it's all about Central. Fuck what y'all's talking about.
Basically, it went like this. It was an insane
all day.
It was a insane asylum for chimpanzees.
Right.
And then they integrated humans after the civil rights they went through with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King got shot.
They marched for it.
They marched. They was like, no more monkeys, no more chimps. And then they got Central School opened up for humans. And then y'all kids start going down there. It's an experiment.
South School was nothing but Huck Finns down there. They used to take y'all to the river, go fish. You learn how to spear fish.
He's like, don't shut that cord over there for you.
We was learning how to count and divide and multiply.
Y'all was learning how to count.
Shit, man. I'm not trying to hear it. Yeah, we were learning. Y'all was what wasn't though.
Y'all got the old pilgrim ways of living. Y'all lived like pilgrims before they took America over.
They were learning how to count penises. That was their books.
Yeah, right.
And they had to count them like this. All right. They had to do it like that.
I'm trying to get civil and have a decent argument. Y'all took it too far. Y'all took it too far. I ain't trying. I'm not even gonna touch that one.
Dude, that was floodgates. So blame dude.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
No, I'm cracking up on this man talking about they marched for it was Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
He was like, that motherfucker came out there with that fucking
They said
shit.
no more monkeys.
And then they start integrating students in there, like all the brown and light skinned ones start going to Central School playing and licking on all the damn monkey already ran through shit.
Yeah, right.
Now, for those of y'all that don't know, we bringing that shit back. We want to go ahead and give you that old school feeling. That's why we named our show Delivery with Intent. Our whole intention is to pull you back in time. We're going to hop into this podcast of a time capsule and bring out some of the old feelings that you guys had.
Yeah.
It's time to rehash life. It's time to slow it down just a tad bit and get you guys back into reality. This is our verbal smack to you guys saying, wake up. There's still a lot of real people out there dealing with real shit.
Right.
So with that being said, we want to go ahead and remind you guys we're right along with you. It's not that we're this much ahead or this much below. We're on the same playing field.
Right.
Halloween will be here in about a week and a half.
Right.
What do y'all know, or excuse me, for those of y'all at home, I need y'all to do me a favor. I need y'all to, first of all, subscribe, like, leave a comment on how we're doing so far, if you already haven't. For those of y'all that have, we appreciate the comments, the likes, the subscribes, but we need a little bit more out of y'all as far as passing the message along, because we're here to stay. We're here to stay. We're going to bring it to you every single week, new material. But this Halloween episode that we're getting ready to pull off here, we're getting ready to take you back in time. We're getting ready to hit a time portal.
Okay.
What y'all remember about Charlie No Face, a.k.a. the Green Man? Do y'all remember any? Wax, I'm going to start off with you.
Listen, I remember the stories of Charlie No Face, man. Like, he was like disfigured at a young age.
What was the story that you heard about it? Like how he got that way?
He was messing with like a bird's nest on like a trolley wire or something, and touched one of the wires and it melted his face. And I heard he used to be out on 18 and people would go looking for him for like a cheap thrill, you know, and they pull up on him with beer and cigarettes.
Now this is back in the 70s.
Yeah, this is before we were born.
Right.
You know. And they would pull up on him with cigarettes and drink, you know what I mean? Come offering just to get a glimpse.
Right.
You know, a glimpse of him, I mean.
Now, is Charlie No Face real?
Oh, he's real.
What's his name? What's his real name? Does anybody know?
It was Ray Robinson.
Raymond Robinson. That's what I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing stories about him, but I heard it from like whenever it was like, you better watch out, Charlie No Face will get you. I remember hearing those shit. Then later on I heard the real story. I'm like, oh, he was a real guy. It was actually a sad story. But like back in the day, we thought he was like, at least I did. I thought he was like just like a killer, like, you know what I mean? Like you mess around, he'll catch you up on
like
18.
Candyman, like Charlie No Face.
Charlie No Face to get your ass. So you fucking around, walking around there at night. But that wasn't the case. Which his story would be a dope story, man. To for somebody to tell.
A movie?
Yeah, like for a movie. That shit would be a whole story.
When this shit blows up, I think we should go ahead and take a stab at it.
We gotta buy all the rights to his story.
And that's Charlie No Face's kids. Little Linda No Face, Jared No Face. We gotta get a hold of the No Face.
You're stupid.
They gonna come up here like, my kids.
Chill.
I'll get this out because I'm speaking on behalf of Charlie No Face's kids. My dad's story is not a joke. He was a human. My dad was a human.
So all of his family don't got a face either.
He made a little baby No Face.
Stop fucking with y'all.
My dad's nobody to make fun of. And the fact that he had kids after after the fact that he had that all that shit happen. Because I heard he was climbing up a telephone pole and he got some little kids kite unstrung or unstuck, and then he touched that same wire you was talking about, and boom,
Right.
Charlie No Face is born.
Right. Like I said, there's two different ways you can go with the movie. There's like, you ever see the movie like A Man Without a Face?
Yeah.
See that shit. You can go the heartfelt one with the real Charlie No Face, or you can get into some fucking Jason and Freddy shit.
You made Charlie No Face sexy as fuck. Charlie No Face has a family, a bitch, an affair on the side. Like, I'm never giving Charlie up, ever.
I'm keeping him too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He's not going nowhere.
You remember that shit happened back in the day and shit, man. Them damn chicks. They had Charlie's fucking shit. Listen, Charlie No Face was a hit. He was as big as Bobby Brown back in the day.
She was pop. I mean, people used to go up there just to fuck with him. I'm sure
mean,
somebody bullied him. Some people probably gave him some
Man,
beers.
I heard they used to give him piss and all kind of other shit.
Yeah, that's cold blooded that they do doing that shit.
So if you're still alive and you gave Charlie No Face piss,
He's coming. He's coming for you.
he's getting ready to fuck you up in your damn dreams. You heard of Freddy Krueger. Charlie No Face is coming, motherfucker.
You get a load of Charlie.
Hell yeah.
And your kids.
He's coming for your kids as kids. He's coming for your grandkids. Charlie No Face is coming. So for those of y'all that forgot about him, we're here to bring him back.
The legend.
We're speaking on the legend of Charlie No Face.
Right.
Fucking Green Man out this bitch.
That shit was spooky back in the day. Then there was that other chick. Y'all remember that lady that lived up there by what was it, on Mount Washington?
Yeah.
With that little house.
That lady in that fucking house, it was shaped like a pumpkin, man.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
They
Like,
said she was a witch.
I just remember looking at that house when you drive up the hill. I'm like, it was always just sitting there.
Right. It was
Nice.
off to the side.
Yeah, just like, and it was just always weird. I mean, and then you always hear the tales like, there was the witch lady lived there, the witch lady, and all of that kind of shit.
Where did that even come from?
Who knows?
What I want to know is why they would build a house like in just like a dome. You know
Right.
what I mean? And then like have it dug into the earth. That was the weirdest part to me.
She did it with her shit. She was like, magical boo, a boo, a bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Right
We
next-
put it together and mix it all out. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Bloop.
Like, yeah, like right next to the train tracks. It was
Right.
just like, it was just weird. And did you say something about like that they found her daughter's bones somewhere? Was that like the legend? Or I don't know if it was true or not, but
I think it was true. It was in a paper that like her daughter got kidnapped.
No shit.
And they found her bones in what was it? Brady's Run, I think, or Brush Creek, one of those two. That's what caused her to go crazy, though.
What?
Was like her daughter getting kidnapped. And like, you know, the legend goes that she turned into a witch from like, you know, just being crazy and whatnot.
right.
So if her prayers up there wasn't getting answered, she prayed down there, I'm guessing.
I guess. I don't know. Man.
Shit.
That was the legend, though.
Well, I know that house stayed around until like at least the 90s.
Yeah, it was there for a minute.
Cause that motherfucker was alive and well going up towards them train tracks and shit. That was some scary shit. I ain't even gonna lie. As a kid,
Hell yeah, 'cause you didn't want to walk that way.
mm-mm.
It was like, there was another, we're going to go this other path.
They gonna turn me into a
city
frog.
steps. Yeah, we go to the city steps. We got to go up there.
What about them damn steps that lead up to the Chinese playground?
Yeah, remember the Chinese playground? That was real. You know, there was really like a Chinese graveyard up
Yes, it's up there now.
Yeah.
Wing Chun Po's up there.
there. I don't know.
I know for a fact. I read his grave. It was a memorial. It was like, here lies Wing Chun Po. I was like, oh shit. That
Yeah.
motherfucker sounds like a badass.
Yeah, I read a thing about that. It was because it was back in like the
1800s.
it was like 1900. It was like early 1900s. There was a whole bunch of Chinese people that came to the city to work in the mills, and because they worked for cheaper labor.
Right.
So then they had their own little Chinatown in Beaver Falls, or their whole little community. You know what I'm saying? And then that's where they had their little graveyard up there on the hill and shit.
So what you're telling me is that where we was playing at that Chinese playground, there was old Chinese bones
Yeah,
underneath where we was like
Maybe.
the swing sets was on.
maybe. I think they said they dug them up, but I'm sure there's a couple femurs left. There's a couple Chinese femurs and mandibles.
They was like Wing Chang Slung is underneath that sliding board over there.
Right.
And that motherfucker got like 6 grandkids that like want to get his bones excavated and brought back to China.
But like, yeah, I wondered like what the hell happened. I think they all ended up leaving at some point, but it was a wild story, man. I might see if I can find the link and I'll try to put the link in the description of the Beaver Falls Chinese community that we had for a while, for like probably like 5 or 6 years. But then they all, I don't know, people probably ran them out of town from when the mill opened back up.
My whole thing is, how the fuck did they find Beaver Falls of all places from China?
Right. Well, we had mills. Beaver at that point, Beaver Falls was
popping.
Yeah, it was popping. Like there was a lot of work around here and shit. You know what I mean? As far as like mills, the train station was in Beaver Falls, right there by where the bridge is now. There was a train station. That's kind of how my mom and them got here.
But did the Chinese people ride the train all the way from China to Beaver Falls?
I mean, they probably caught it. They probably got off the boat and caught it somewhere. And then there was a story where like one Chinese dude fell in love with some lady from Beaver Falls, and then I don't know if they beat him up or they bullied him or some shit happened where he had to leave. You know what I mean? Because they ain't want no.
He went back home and got shot.
I guess
that's how the whole Miyagi beef got started. It's a big tied-in ordeal, man. It goes all the way from China to Okinawa, back to Beaver Falls, back to China. So shout out to all those places for even having Chinese people come down here and make a life, getting buried in where we used to play at, and all the rest of that carrying on. Fellas, let's get into it. Steelers. I got my shit on. I don't know if y'all see this or not.
Yeah.
This is a Najee Harris jersey.
Right.
I'm counting on this brother to do big things.
I'm not.
See, here you go, man.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to cut you off.
You always coming out of the side and shit like one of those angry puppets to be off in the sideline and shit up the top and shit like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. He's the mean puppet over there.
I don't know. I have no faith in Najee, but
why, bruh?
He's just a guy.
See, here you go. So basically, don't pay attention to that man behind the.
He's a jag. He's just a guy.
Man, I feel like this. We're playing against 2 years ago the Super Bowl champs, LA Rams.
Right.
I'm not scared. I'm not afraid. I think Najee's gonna have his breakout game. We haven't scored a single rushing touchdown all season,
which is disgusting.
We're due. Not only are we due, but we need to have this happen just for the simple fact we need our morale boosted.
Right.
In order to go into the deep rounds of the next phase of this season, we got to be on one accord. Najee got to hold his weight.
Right.
Doobie, how you feel about Jaylen Warren today?
He's all right.
Oh,
good.
Don't disconnect yourself from him now. I mean, do you think he's going to have a good day?
He might. I can't call it with these Steelers, man. I'm be honest with you. I don't know what they're going to do from day to day, because as long as that Canadian guy is still there.
We talking about Matthew.
Yeah, as long as he's still there, I have zero faith in anything that they plan on doing.
Okay.
Hopefully they can, get out there and win. Like I have high hopes. But hope don't get you shit, but you're heartbroken.
I feel you. What about you, Wax?
I think we got it today, man. I think my prediction was 17-10, I think I said last week.
Yeah.
I think we could go into LA, steal one, and get home before like the apple cider gets cold.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm still holding them to 3 points.
Yeah, you did say that.
I said I'm gonna hold them to 3 points. Cooper Kupp's back, feeling himself. It's a big guy.
And
Cooper Kupp's a big guy.
He's good. I mean, but you know how we do. We usually let one guy just tear us apart.
Right.
So, I don't know. That's what I say. I can't call it with him. I do got some questions to ask y'all. If y'all want to go good little over and under, little quick hitter questions.
Why not?
If y'all feel like doing that.
I mean, if it's about Steeler football, hell yeah.
All day. All right. So, what's more likely to happen? Right. On the first drive. What's more likely to happen on the first drive? A touchdown or a 3-and-out? Which one do you think is more likely to happen?
I'll go for I think I'm hoping for a touchdown, but I'm gonna say a 3-and-out.
Right.
Because we haven't scored on our first possession in like a couple of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's been a minute.
Which is crazy. So, but I'm hoping for a touchdown, but I'm gonna say a 3-and-out.
What you think?
That's fair. I'll say 3 and out. I'll
Right,
agree with
more
Wax.
likely.
I love being the oddball, but at the same time, I got to be realistic.
I mean, yeah, because like I said, we haven't scored on the first drive in forever. So I would say 3 and out.
Okay.
All right. So on average, we score about 16 points a game.
Okay.
So I'm going over under 20 points. 20 points over and under. What you think?
I'm going to go first on this one, Wax.
Go ahead.
I think we're going to score more than 20.
All right. So you want over?
I feel like we're going to have to solidify who we are this game right here. So we have to score more than 20. Anything else will be uncivilized.
Right. What you think, Wax?
I'm going under.
Going under.
I'm calling 17-10 us.
Right.
So I don't think we're going to even score over 20 points.
That's close.
You know
I
what
said
mean?
I said over. I said over.
What'd you say?
I think what I said 24-17. I forget what I said last week.
So you think they're going to have a good day as far as, handling their business offensively against us?
I hope so.
That
Who's
defense
in?
is playing tremendous, man.
They were playing all right. We Lamar Jackson gave us that, or not Lamar Jackson, but he did too a little bit. But his receivers gave us that game. But anyway, let's keep going.
Okay.
All right, Kenny Pickett over under 200 yards passing.
I'm going to go over.
Over.
I'm hoping, you know what I mean, he can open that shit up and toss it down the field a little bit more, you know what I mean? Probably even get your boy involved with a couple dump passes out the back.
Harris.
Harris. Get him rambling and scrambling off a couple catches, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go over.
What you think?
I hate to be the elephant in the room because, I'm not going to say I'm pro-coach, but at the same time, it takes two to make this thing go right.
Right.
So if Matt Canada calls the plays that
has he yet? What evidence do you have that he will?
I don't.
All right.
All of these have been defensive battles.
Right.
So with that being said, I'll say over.
Okay. I'm saying over too. Because if I got him going 24, he's probably gonna go over.
I think if he checks at the line like he did that last play,
right,
a few times,
right,
it'll help his his stats.
All right, so he averages like a touchdown a game. So do you think he's gonna get under two touchdown passes this week?
What you think?
I'm saying under. Yeah, I'm gonna go under. I think he's only gonna throw one, and if we do score, it'll be off the run. Maybe hopefully Warren, but who's to say?
What you think?
I think it's gonna be over. I think he's going
two touch over two.
Well, not two? Over. He'll hit two.
All right.
He'll hit Pickens, and then he'll hit one of our tight ends.
All right. I'm thinking one. I'm thinking he'll get about one touchdown, like Wax said, and we might get a touchdown there, touchdown on the ground, and then the rest of it's going to be field goals.
Now, mind you got to remember when we air this episode, it's going to be after this game happens. So these are all predictions.
Right.
So y'all at home, tell us what y'all think.
Right.
Get involved.
All right. I got Najee Harris. So Najee Harris averages about 50 yards rushing a game. So
okay.
I'm putting his over under at 70. You think he's going to hit 70 or lower?
Being that it's the Rams and you got the boy what's his name? Donaldson?
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald. I think he's going to be a big factor today. But if we're able to put a double team on him, he might fare to get over that 70-yard marker.
Okay.
So I'm going to say over.
All right.
I'm going under.
Going under?
Yeah, I don't have too much faith in him today. Like
Wax, I got the jersey.
I can dig it, but he hasn't showed me anything yet.
Okay.
You know what
I can respect that.
He hasn't pulled his weight so much.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going under too. I think he's going to get about 60.
Yeah.
That's about all he's been getting, so I don't think this is going to be anything different than what we've been getting.
I can respect that.
Jaylen Warren, total yards, he's been averaging about 60 yards a game. So I have his over under at 70 total yards, just receiving and rushing at 70. What do you think? What do you think, Wax?
I think he'll get about 80.
Total?
Maybe, yeah. So
okay.
I'm going over.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just a guess, but I'm hoping he does. You
right.
know what I mean? So
it's a good guess.
Yeah. How you feeling?
I feel like he's going to go over that.
Okay.
Receiving and catching, or running and receiving.
Right.
I feel like he's going to do about $130 combined.
Oh shit.
Or better. He's a powerful impact, man. That little dude scrambles, man. If I need 9 yards in a pinch, I'm going to give it to Warren.
Right.
2nd and 9.
Right.
He'll get me at least 7. So therefore, I only need 2 on 3rd and 2.
Right.
So I'm gonna say he's gonna go over.
All right. I got him at a push. I got him probably right around 70. If maybe 1 or 2, give or take 1 or 2, over or under.
All right.
But I got him right around that. Okay. So, all right. Your boy Wax, George Pickens. 1 point. I got his over under at 1.5 touchdown reception. So that means you think he's gonna catch 2 or below?
Probably 1.
1,
yeah,
1 under.
I don't have us scoring that many points this.
Right.
A couple touchdowns, a couple field goals,
right?
And that's what I think is
right.
Because it is. I mean, even though LA ain't the greatest like they were, they still got a solid defense,
right?
And we got Matt Canada calling plays,
and we do got to travel across the country,
right?
And that usually doesn't fare well for us.
Every time we go on the West Coast, they feel like they got something in it, something in the water, in their bag for us,
right?
So it's hard.
It might be a home game though, because like the Rams don't have good fans. So the Rams, we gonna pack that. We're gonna pack that joint out. You're gonna hear some Fire Canada chants at the Rams game.
I heard you two boys talking about it. Was they screaming that at the Ohio State game?
Yeah, they was. I don't know if it was at the game, but it was like on the broadcast, like. When it was Pat McAfee or whatever, you could hear Fire Canada in the background.
Bruh, that's not even PA.
That's craziness. I'm like, yo, y'all wild. Pittsburgh
that's not
fans.
even Pittsburgh, area out there.
Pittsburgh fans, y'all wild. But okay, my next one, I got Boswell, 2.5 field goals, over under.
I'm going straight off the rip. I know Bozzy. Boz came up to the dealership and got a blacked out 392 a couple years ago, man. He's a gambler, so I'm going to definitely say he's going to hit his mark.
Right.
Definitely going to hit his mark.
Over or under? Over. What you think?
He might have 3.
I'm going under.
Under?
I'm going under, yeah.
All right. Now, TJ Watt. I got him at 2.5 sacks. Over, under 2.5 sacks.
I'm going first. I think he's going to get that shit.
I think he is,
too. You know what I mean? Because they've been clashing in the background.
Right.
In the backfield, I mean.
So he said he's going to get 3 sacks?
Yeah.
3? Yeah. All right.
I'm going to say 2.
Okay.
All right.
He might get 2, and then he might have credit for, helping out with the other one.
Right.
So I'm going to say 2.
I got him over. I think he's going to get 3 today.
Yeah.
I think he might get 3.
Okay.
Which would be a hell of a game. We need him to. So.
Right.
All right, now I got Highsmith at 1.5 sacks.
That's on the other side, so I'm gonna definitely say he's gonna hit that mark.
1.5?
Because I said that he was going
2 sacks.
No, I said that TJ was gonna hit that threshold of having maybe 2 sacks, 2.5 sacks. That other half a sack goes to Highsmith.
Okay,
correct.
so you got.
So he's gonna hit that 1.5.
All right, what you think, Wax?
That same thing. I think you got it.
I agree. All right, will one of them cause a turnover today? Highsmith or TJ? Is one of them going to cause a turnover?
I feel like, given the right situation, they might both do it.
Right.
But TJ's more likely to do it than Highsmith. But don't discount Highsmith because he's been waking up a lot of offenses.
Right.
So
I think our secondary gets in, but only off the fact that they're the ones causing the quarterback to throw fast.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like rushing the QB. I think our secondary takes a couple today.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
let me ask you this. Why you asking us all these questions?
All right.
You know what I mean? Y'all see that? You see him over here being a journalist type? Do you think we should start JP Jr.?
Of course.
And for those of y'all that don't know Joey Porter Jr., he's a cornerback.
I've been saying it. I don't know what they doing over there. Cause like, why is he not starting? You got Levi Wallace getting toasted and Patrick Peterson getting toasted. Why not just put the kid out there? And if he gets toasted, at least, like I said a couple weeks ago, it's like at least he can learn from it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's one of those spots to where it ain't gonna happen too many times.
Right. I don't know what they're doing over there. Like I'm losing. I don't want to talk shit on Coach T, but I'm losing faith in Coach Tomlin, man. I'm gonna just put it out there right now. I'm losing faith in you, dog. Come on, man.
Well, drag him in like you did last time.
I'm about to like bring come on, Coach T. Like, come on, man. You ain't starting Broderick Jones. He's the best lineman you got.
Yeah.
You got Dan Moore out here. He's graded as one of the worst in the league, but yeah, he's coming back to start this week.
Well, tell him then, Coach.
That's what I'm saying. After Broderick Jones had 2 good weeks And now he just because Dan Moore got hurt, he can't lose his job. Screw that, man. Like, get him out of there.
Let him get some exposure.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? A little bit of background to like, all right, well, he beat me this time. This time I got something for him.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I feel like they should start JP too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, even if he does get burnt, he'll learn from that.
Right.
We brought him here so he could.
What else you gonna lose? Levi Wallace and Patrick Peterson already getting burnt, so you might as well bring the young dog in with some fresh legs.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see.
And he got size.
Right. We'll see. We'll see what they do.
Okay. Now, to switch it up just a tiny bit, what you know about these boys right here? You know what I'm talking about? Definitely got that dub last night against Michigan State. But now they got us all up in the news, man, talking about we stealing signs, man. Wax, what you think about it?
I hope y'all are.
Come on, bro.
I'm hating because I'm a Florida State fan and we're number 4.
And y'all had that hard victory yesterday against
Duke.
Yeah.
I mean, we won, 38-20. So
that was a game. I watched a little bit of it.
We put it on them at the end. But,
right.
You know, we usually struggle with, like, mediocre teams and then kick their ass later on or just pull it out. But, you know, I hope they do catch y'all boys stealing signs.
That's crazy, man.
Y'all.
They want to blame us for something that we're not doing because we're so great. Yeah. It looks like we're stealing signs, dude.
Maybe that's why y'all look so good. It's because y'all stealing signs.
No telling.
Here we go with this kid.
We'll see.
It's questionable.
Right.
Like,
now, I never trust a hardball.
Or a big butt and a smile.
Right.
Or a big butt and a smile. Good shit. But he's coming all the way from the Triangle Tech Bullfrog. Dude's favorite team is fucking Triangle Tech News Crew. So fuck you, dude, and your hating ass. Good win last night for the Michigan Wolverines. And shout out to the Michigan Wolverines and Jim Harbaugh. I think you're doing a fantastic job down there.
Y'all better not be cheating. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all better not be cheating.
Bruh, what about y'all's
all
win?
that Patriot shit.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. Like, you just better pray for your boy, because if they find out that they were stealing signs, it's a rap-ski for his ass.
I'm going to put it to you like this. He was up here representing the Fruit Mill Fireflies. He was representing the all-boys school camp out in Cheshire, New England.
Yeah, I know. Pitt lost this week.
Yes, they did.
To Wake Forest.
And that was an easy win. You got the boy Devonshire down there,
Nothing's easy for them.
And we're coming to Pitt soon. I ain't mean to cut you off. Florida State is coming to Pitt to come whoop that ass.
We're getting ready to upset y'all.
That would be an upset.
That would be
a crazy upset.
we ever faced, man.
We're getting ready to take y'all's title hopes away.
Crazy.
We'll say it right then. Crazy.
This nigga crazy. I'm not even.
Crazy, man.
Crazy.
Shout out True V, man.
Shout out to True V, man. Because, I mean, he the only one in my family that I would go over to his crib when y'all had that crib out on 8th, up on 8th. He'd have a whole bag. I'm talking about pillow-sized bag in front of me. Roll him up something. I'd be like, hey, man, let me hit that, cuz. This nigga crazy as shit. For asking to hit a blunt that he had 95,000 of.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? I mean, he be like, man, I gotta smoke this whole blunt in order to sustain my day. I'm like, what? You got a whole, you know what I mean? I don't want to get into your shit, cuz, but you had some shit out there. And this cat talking about this nigga crazy. Like I wasn't even related to him and whatnot, man. Damn. So shout out to my cousin True B, man, down there in the ATL, you know what I mean, with his beautiful bride. You know, congrats on everything that you're doing down there. We proud of you, man. We just trying to keep the show going on and, you know, move it like that. But we gonna get into this DJ Envy situation.
Yeah.
Fellas, DJ Envy done got himself, I'm gonna put it to you like my man Samuel L. Jackson put it to the young boy in that Tupac in Juice. He done slid down a razor blade and landed in an alcohol river. Dude, what you thinking about DJ Envy right now?
Man, DJ Envy about to get himself in some trouble.
Explain to the people at home what happened.
He had this dude, what's his name? Caesar Pena, is that his name?
Yeah.
Caesar something. Like I forget what they call him. But he's a real estate dude. And
he's a real estate mogul.
I wouldn't say mogul.
That's what he presented.
That's what he presented himself as. But yeah, he was, scamming people out of their money, and DJ Envy had him up on the Breakfast Club like 4 or 5 years, like all the time, having him up there telling people to invest your money in Caesar, invest your money in Caesar. Meanwhile, Caesar taking everybody bread, taking trips, living life.
Basically, he's ill-advisedly spending that money.
Oh man, he got a case of Magwas last week.
Listen, if y'all at home didn't know, Magwas is our thing.
Right, he got a case of brand new, fresh born Magwas.
They were fuzzy Magwas.
Right.
They had their long hair Magwas. They had to do this. And
they were preemies.
They were from Dairy, PA. Shout out to Dairy, PA for still having Magwas. But Wax, what do you think about that whole scenario with DJ Envy?
I'm a hater. I think he should get fired because he had him up on
the show.
Yeah, he had him up there promoting all this,
propaganda.
Fraud. Right. And now he's acting like he don't know shit about it. Like DJ Envy needs to sit at home and think about what he did. You know what I mean? Because that's millions of dollars based off of the strength of DJ Envy. You know what I mean?
Right. And if he didn't know what was going on, that's still his fault, man. You know what I mean? Because you brought him up there. His boss needs fired for not vetting this dude. Like the nigga came from jail with for credit card fraud. Right. So like, and then another thing is why are people giving this nigga money? Like what's give us some money. We take some of y'all money. We ain't gonna do nothing with it. Except have fun with it. I'm gonna let you know that from the start.
So you saying we get ready to go on a 6-week
all
vacation?
Day, but I would be gladly if y'all funded that shit. But like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, we gonna do all of this with y'all money. But like these people do. But somebody somehow, some way, somebody's always giving these dudes money. Right? How he get to scam $40 million?
Right.
Y'all got that much money out there to just be giving random niggas? That's crazy to me.
I feel you. I mean, I'm not going to go as far as to saying lose his job because he is, how do I want to put it? He's trying to put somebody else on. He's trying to use his platform to inform people about, that there's money out in these houses.
Right.
You can fix up a house, charge a couple dollars more just for the labor that was put into the house, and then moving on the house market and, make us
flipping houses.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't feel like he needs to use his job or lose his job because, one hand don't wash the other in this scenario.
Right.
His personal life and his job, but I do understand what you two are saying. He brought him on the Breakfast Club.
Right. He without him, it ain't really happening at the level that it happened.
But he's not guilty, dude.
But negligence isn't innocence. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm negligent, that doesn't mean I'm not liable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he might not be liable, like he might not go to jail, but he's still liable because he led these people to this guy. You know what I mean? That otherwise wouldn't have went to him.
Right.
He told him like, "Hey, go to this guy." It
was off the strength.
Yeah. So I think he's liable financially to these people. So whatever the people that got lost their money, I think DJ Envy got to pay them too. You know
so that means he got to pay and then recoup his money from
Old Boy, right? It's a sticky situation, man. Like you got to
tangled web.
You got to watch who you give money to. You got to watch who you deal with.
You got to do your homework.
Right, you got to do your homework. You got to vet. You got to vet these people before. Man, I wish I wouldn't give $1 to a nigga before I knew what the fuck he was gonna do with it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I need receipts. I need all of that before
I give lumber and the labor work.
Everything.
Little Jose and them's charging $80 an hour.
Right.
You need all that to add up.
You ain't getting a dime from me until I see everything that you're gonna do written down in a contract. I ain't gonna just give you $50,000 and hope you give me back $60,000. Like,
I mean, he put it in a package. It wasn't a Christmas package. He was like, "Yeah, man, you'll have a 30% increase on your revenue. As far as the money that comes back in return." So he had it with a ribbon on it,
with words,
right?
But like the actions wasn't there, and his history told you that he was a scammer that got out of prison. Not to say that you can't reform yourself out of prison, but like
9 times out of 10, if you were scamming before, you're gonna do it again.
And you're gonna go right back to that. Like, you know what? This is easy money, And I don't, like I said, I don't know who giving people money all like that, man. You give us some money.
Listen, we don't have a GoFundMe page, but if you want to go ahead and send checks,
we take checks.
Make them out to Mr. C. Ash. Okay, that's Mr. C. A-S-H.
Right.
That's it.
I got a bunch of bridges I can sell y'all.
Right.
The one down by New Britain in Beaver Falls that connects us.
I got the title. Hit me up.
I got some oceanfront property in Idaho.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, it's going cheap, dirt cheap. So if y'all want to invest in that, I got a couple people that got things put together, so y'all can go ahead and write those checks out to Mr. Like I said, Mr. C. Ash.
Right. And somebody would do that shit and they'd be like, "We didn't get our bridge." Like, you fucking idiot.
This isn't a disclaimer right here. This is the truth. We're going on vacation. Cayman Islands,
right.
Puerto Rico, even the American one, Punta Cana.
All of that shit.
You know what I mean? We're going to hit them all up if y'all decide to send us money.
And we will send y'all pictures.
Yes, of the whole vacation as proof that your money went to a good cause and our happiness. It's kind of like an exchange, fellas, because we bringing that shit.
Right.
So, we're going to switch it up just a tiny bit. We're going to keep it hip-hop. But we're going to just switch it up a bit. What do y'all feel about the longevity in hip-hop opposed to, hip-hop and R&B opposed to rap? Do you feel like there's longevity in rap like there is in the hip-hop scene? Meaning rappers, Laffy Taffy, Nelly. And I'm not saying Nelly's not bigger than the Laffy Taffy guys.
Right.
But, there's music that we don't put in our catalog as much as we used to. So do you feel like the hip-hop world has more to offer than the R&B world as far as longevity by being relevant? Or do you feel like the hip-hop world, R&B world has more to offer in that situation?
You asking me?
I'm asking both of y'all. Well, I'll start with you.
I don't know. Like, hip-hop, I don't know. Hip-hop's feels like a young man's game. Now, there's a couple people that have standed the test of time, like the Jay-Z's and the Nas's. But for the most part, after you hit a certain age, it's like people don't want to hear you no more. But when it comes to R&B, it kind of feels the same way to a certain extent. So I'm not really sure. Like, you know what I mean? Because you can still, other than like the outliers, like the Ushers can still make a hit, but like, I don't know if they ever chart, if when you get older, after you've been out for a while, do you really hit them charts like you used to?
Right.
But that goes to the labels too. Like, some of the labels push the younger people too. They after you get a certain age, you don't get pushed that more.
Right.
Plus, these labels be buying streams and all of that stuff. So the numbers is all screwed up. You never know who's really
doing what.
Yeah, you don't know who's doing what.
So basically, you're saying they're skewed, like the numbers are skewed.
Yeah, because they be the labels they buy streams, they buy. So you think you got all these streams, but it's really just a factory of over there in Asia with like a whole bunch of phones and people are just listening to your album over and over and over
to create that type of revenue to where it can equate to dollar signs.
Right.
How about you, Wex?
He took the words right out of my mouth, man. Like, but sometimes I feel like R&B singers get like a longer run. You know what I mean? Because you can always sing a love song. It never gets old. Like, I think also their fans are hard on them. Like, because I know I'm hard on a lot of old school rappers that are still out here doing the same damn thing, but they're like, perfecting their craft. You know what I mean? They're getting paid for like some of the old shit that they spit, but we kind of turn our back on the new shit that they do. You know what I mean?
Because it's not matching up with the times. That's why.
And that's not fair.
That's the only genre I know that where there's no legends. We don't celebrate them like we do Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses. Them guys have music that will stand the test of time.
That's why you have like rock and rollers out doing shows at 70.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, rap kind of falls off when you hit 40.
Well, that's just in America, though.
Right.
Now, over in those other countries,
they make big money.
They celebrate the artists.
They do, which is weird. Like, I don't know why we don't do that around here. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
It's crazy. It's like Wu-Tang can go to Germany and probably do 100,000 people at a show, and then they come back to the States and they probably do like 20 or 30.
Right.
Which, and like, that's
doesn't
crazy.
make sense.
Right. It's just crazy, man.
It should be sold out around the globe, including your home country first.
Right.
Because where you made it first? You know, it was in your hood, first of all, what made it popular. Then it got off to Idaho, Pennsylvania, Jersey, New York, Cali. You know, it went through all these different hoods just to make an impact to where now it can go overseas and they can triple what they make here in the States.
Right.
So we should celebrate those guys in the hip hop scene more than, you know, we don't.
Right. And then they, like I said, they come back here and then can barely get a show. Nobody wants to promote the show.
They'll be down Providence next time, you know. They'll be like, yeah, man, Young Jock and them got a performance down Providence. They're performing for a group of old people. They'll be down Valley Terrace.
Getting heckled and shit.
Like, boo! Like, they'll be playing Looking Boy down there in Canary Heights.
Shout out Canary Heights.
Shout out to Moose Point. You know what I mean? That's where it goes down at. You know what I mean? Moose Point, Canary Heights, kind of the same area, but it is what it is. But I will say this, dude. Wax, we came, we saw, and we delivered.
Right.
Listen, we're going to need you to go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Pass this message along. It's right there. Where you was pointing at. Go ahead, point back to it. Right there.
It's somewhere. It's somewhere.
Right
It might be right here.
All right, what if I put it right there? Is it going to be right there? You was like, I don't know if I can put it there. Like, subscribe, comment. We're going to put it right there. Pass it straight on to y'all. Listen, we appreciate the love. We appreciate you guys tuning in every week. We want to tell you from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. We're going to keep bringing it to you, content, material. We love you guys. Peace.
Peace.